In a large building in the heart of where the decisions are made, in one of the many rooms where details are gone over, a group of men dressed in suits sit at a table. Facing them was a man who looked very different. He wasn't wearing a suit, he was a native. The native faced the suits and began to speak. The native spoke in his native language. After a period of time, he stopped. The suits looked at each other and began sitting there quietly. The native stood there silently, waiting for their response. The suits realized that it was their job to respond. None of them were going to let on that they didn't even know what the natives actually said. They didn't even know what the native's native tongue was. This wasn't the first native they ever met. There was not going to be anybody translating. This was not going to be a dialogue. They knew the story. The first suit began to respond. Let me see if I understand you. Is this your allegation that the land is for everyone to live on? Is your allegation that you have no land? Is it your allegation that it costs too much? Is it your allegation that without land you can't grow your own food? That there is no land for hunting and fishing? Is it your allegation you have no place to live, so you are on someone else's land, which makes you illegal? The native responded with more urgency and then stopped. Another suit continues in questioning, and it says, is it your allegation that your people are being made into slaves? That there are no jobs? That the only jobs are for low pay cleaning up our shit? That your people are poor, not educated, in poor health, and that there are no opportunities for your people? The native spoke again with more urgency and then stopped. Another suit said, is it your allegation that the water that you need to drink is being taken? That we are making the water undrinkable? That your people have many disease, birth defects? Is it your allegation that water is being wasted? That you can't own water? That you have to buy water? And with no money, drinking water from the stream is illegal. Taking food out of the dumpster makes you illegal. Having no papers that could say that you were supposed to be here, you are illegal. The native spoke with more emotions, with defiance in his song, and when he stopped, another suit said, are you saying that the land you once lived on we took for the resources buried below? That the land we once lived on we cleared of all the resources above? That the land you once lived on we needed to dump our wastes on? That the land you once lived on we've taken from you, leaving you with areas that are unable to sustain life? The native said nothing. Another suit spoke, now standing before us, telling us that it is not right. Is that what you're telling us? That we're not right? Asking that we allow you to have land, to hunt and fish and gather food and a place to live? The native spoke the sounds of eloquence. The suit asked, are you saying that we owe your people an apology for what we've been doing, planning on continuing doing? Am I correct in stating that you are asking us to stop our way of life? The native stood silently. Another suit responded, we want you to know we have heard you. We will bring this up at future meetings. We will have experts look into these allegations. Our commissions will look over the findings to see if the allegations are true. We will call you and tell you of the findings. These findings will be written up for everyone to read. Committees will be formed to create procedures to address these matters. With that said, the suits thanked the native for coming, bringing his concerns to the group. He then asked the native to say, have a good day. The suits then addressed the other suits. We need to move on for more important business. The native then responded, laughing for a while, and then speaking in his native tongue again, and then it was quiet. Then one of the suits responded, am I understanding you correct that you don't believe that we're going to do anything about this? And then another suit said, are you laughing at us? And then another suit responded, are you threatening us? The native just stood silently. Before the native could respond, another suit jumped in and said, you know, using violence is not going to solve anything. Threatening us to getting all emotional and upset isn't going to create a solution. We need not to rush the process. We need to go through our process so that the right thing can be done for everyone. The native stood silently. The man and his suits were done. They had said what they were going to be required to say, and the native stood silently looking at them. The stew said once again, "We're sorry, you have to move on now. You have to leave." It was time for him to leave. When the native made no motion to leave, the suits once again said goodbye, and the native just stood there quietly. The men in the suits called in the men in the uniforms, and the suits ordered the men in the uniforms to take the native away. For now, the native was illegal for not leaving. After the native was dragged from the room, the suits looked at each other and said, "Why won't these people work within our system?"